I don't know who this is for, but no one's paying any attention to you. We're going to get into it. Hi, I'm Joe. Welcome back. This is the Ultimate Love Letter. Thank you for joining the conversation. No one is paying you any attention. Be yourself. I know that we get in our head thinking that everyone is watching what we're doing. And we feel awkward when we go out to have a dinner by ourselves. We feel awkward going to the movies by ourselves. We feel awkward when we get up on that karaoke stage and perform by ourselves. I'm here to tell you, no one is paying you any attention. It's time to get comfortable in our own skin. Get comfortable with our genuine expression. Stop worrying about what other people think. The truth is, everyone is going to have their opinion, and it's based on their level of healing. When you are met with a person who has done shadow work, they are going to perceive the way you move, the art that you put out, from that clear lens. And when we are met with others who have not attempted to do any type of trauma healing, any type of digging deep, then when we put our authentic selves out there in front of them, they are going to view it from the clouded lens of unhealing, which means their critique might be a bit more on the harsh side. They're going to miss what you were actually saying. They're going to misinterpret your art. They're going to misinterpret because they cannot sense the intention behind what you're doing, which is when you're healing, you are always just moving from a place of authentic expression, a place of love. They're going to misinterpret that intention. It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the lack of healing or the healing that the individual who's perceiving you has done. So when we're moving from that state, there's nothing to fear when we're just being ourselves. In fact, when we're being ourselves, then we attract those who are also being themselves. That's when we begin to attract our people. We begin to get the same love and healing that we're putting out in the others that are looking for those that are doing the same work. When we understand that no matter what we do in life, everyone is going to have their opinion. So it really doesn't matter. That's what it means when we say we're not going to please everybody. That's what it means, because not everybody is healed. Not everyone can understand what the journey that you're on. Not everyone can get it. So why then are we attempting to move in a way where we think it's, on the fence, where we think we're able to please everybody? We're never going to please everybody. In fact, when we're moving from a place of trying to please everybody, then we're definitely not in our genuine expression. So from that place, I'm here to tell you, you're actually going to please even less. versus when we're moving from a place of authenticity. Then we actually begin to please more people that way. And the reason is because it takes a level of vulnerability to really just put your free expression out there. But when we are vulnerable, when we're open, when we're being genuine, we actually merge. We come into alignment with God. We come in alignment to our highest self. So from that place, you absolutely will begin to please many more, including the divine. There's no place there's no point rather where you will not win when you're moving in your magic, and that is your true expression. Oftentimes when we are holding up these masks, not wanting to let the world see us because we're afraid of being judged, what's really happening, and it's so hurtful and harmful, is that for one, anyone who is genuine and standing in their highest self can snuff you out a mile away. And then what's true is, because they're moving in their highest self, those people would never stay close to you, would never really, I was going to say come close to you, never stay, that's for sure, because they can sniff out. They only want to be around those who are also being genuine. So now you're losing the highest level frequency people, those that are moving in their magic. You genuinely lose these people. But these are people that are on the highest frequency. These are those high vibrational people. These are the people you want to collaborate with. The ones who are collaborating with God. But the only way to be able to collaborate, to merge with them, is that you're going to have to be moving in your highest expression. And that's just takes one thing, moving in your genuine expression. Let's look at the other side. When we are moving from a place of fear, unable to show who we truly are, all while thinking that we're pleasing many, all you're going to attract, we already said it, you're going to shun the ones who are actually, the greats, the artists, the high vibrational people who are moving in with their highest selves. So not only have you lost that powerful group, and I mean powerful group, but then you collide with those that are also wearing masks, the low vibrational group. The ones who are trying to tear down each other, the ones who are competing with each other, the ones who are not collaborating with the Most High. How far will you go colliding with others that are doing the same thing you are, which is simply hiding their magic? You're not going to go far, friend. Let me encourage you here. When you attempt to move with your highest self, it is going to take solitude. It is going to take you going out to the movies by yourself, but no one's paying you any attention. I know we think we're on display, but that's just because you're moving from that scarcity wound. But move through the awkwardness. No one is paying you any attention. In fact, the ones who notice you are the ones that can see you. The ones who notice you are the ones that are saying, wow, what a level of powerfulness. Like they have enjoyed their solitude. They're in the film by themselves. When I go to, have dinner by myself, or when I'm met with solo travelers, I can see the power in them because I know how much power it has taken to do these things solo. It's, to me, and no shade, because it's beautiful to travel with a bunch of people and it's beautiful to travel solo. But I'll just say, with my third eye, when I'm on a solo trip, I'm viewing the other solo travelers in such a different light, such a powerful, I can see the power of their aura versus the group who is in misalign connections within their group simply to be within the group. And I talked about this when I was in Florence, Italy. I put out an episode and it was speaking about how I observed couples who were seated at dinner, totally not enjoying each other's company, totally, I could overhear their conversations, totally in misalignment in their relationships. And I kept saying, why are you here on this trip together? But I know Source answered me. The reason is because they just don't want to be anywhere by themselves. So now you're in a relationship in this incredible part of the world, in this low vibrational company, simply because you didn't have the balls to do it on your own. Where honestly, you would have enjoyed the aesthetics, you would have enjoyed the country, you would have enjoyed meeting new people, engaging with the waiter, engaging with the barista, engaging with just spirit, taking in these parts of the world where probably most of us will never visit again had you just done it solo. But we get so fixated in our head thinking everyone's going to judge us because we're doing it solo. Or we get so uncomfortable being by ourselves that we rather take to someone who is simply going to take away the experience by inviting anyone on these excursions with us. No, nobody is paying you any attention. Live your life in color. Live your life by your most genuine expression, because no one is paying you any attention. I was at karaoke this weekend, and now I'll say this, I am terrified of karaoke. And now when I said that this weekend, I said it to someone, I actually, in that moment, of course, I had to dig deeper. Like, why am I so afraid of karaoke? And the reason is because I don't understand it. And because I don't understand it, I feel like I'm going to look silly when I go up there to try to sing. Now, let me clarify here. What I mean is I don't understand it is I can sing along very well and very powerful to the lyrics of another artist. Like I can do that all day long. And I can get compliments while doing that. Like people will pick up like, oh, you kept the beat, or you sounded good. You hit this note. But when I'm asked to just put my voice out there to some music, I can't catch the beat. Like, am I supposed to be a great singer? Am I supposed to be performing? Like, I don't understand that part. And someone told me this when I was traveling, I don't know, a year and a half ago now, and we were doing karaoke. My friend said something that I'll never forget. He said, you got to just go for it. Now, when he said that, I didn't really grasp it in the moment, but I grasped it this weekend. When I went to karaoke, and I went with my whole TikTok family, a bunch of creatives, and I saw one by one, each of them were just going for it. They weren't the greatest singer. Now, a couple of them were great singers, but even the ones who weren't, which was the most of us, weren't great singers, they were just living in their playfulness, in their creative expression. They were falling on the floor. They were dancing. One person was singing Bohemian Rhapsody, and he threw himself on the wall, and you could feel that he was feeling the song and the lyrics, and it just came off. Like, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Like, his performance was just incredible, but that's because he was just being himself. He was not worried about who was judging him. So in fact, no one judged him. Everyone just loved the performance. And I saw one by one how everyone loved and gravitated to those who weren't the best singers, weren't the best dancers, but the ones who were just feeling the lyrics, being themselves, meaning catching the vibe of how the lyrics of the song moved them and just allowing themselves to flow and feel and express the way they felt. And it was a hit with everyone. Versus, me, Now I say me finally catching the vibe, like, okay, you just got to be yourself. And then me deciding, I'm going to go up there, forget it. Cause they were asking me, I would have definitely not went up there, but they kept asking, Joe, you next, Joe, you next. And I was like, all right, whatever. I started thinking about it. It was Coachella. It was Saturday, and I knew Justin was, taken to the stage at Coachella Saturday. So I thought, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to do a Justin Bieber song just to commemorate, what he's doing in Coachella this evening. So I went up there on stage, and I grabbed a couple of, friends also who wanted to join in. And although I love this song by Justin, I didn't really know the song too well without singing along to Justin. So of course I went up there and we bombed. Thank God there was a beautiful one of my girlfriends who went up there with me. She didn't know the song, but she just went with it. She was just like, whatever. And she was just doing just going along with the putting out the lyrics as best as she could. So needless to say, I totally bombed. Had this been me years ago, I would have totally probably ran out of that place with my head down, cowering in fear, embarrassed and ashamed. But, after I bombed, I was like, whatever. Oh, well, I went up there. I tried it. I don't care. I sat down with my team, started laughing, had a beautiful night, even though it was an embarrassing moment in the moment. But I was like, whatever. I was just being myself. I tried it. I was being myself. And you know what was beautiful? No one judged it. Everyone just I'm sure they were giggling in the moment, of course, right? Probably embarrassed for me. But after it was over, it was like everyone just went on. People went up next, killed the next performance. And at the end of the night, it was just all love. It was just all beauty. And we went on. And it was nothing to think about. And here's the interesting part, because the next day, or actually that night, because I got home around 2 a.m. that time. And by 2 a.m., you do begin to scroll on what's happening, online, and you begin to see all these things coming out about Justin Bieber's performance. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was kind of caving around midnight, singing Justin Bieber. And is the media saying Justin was also like bombing around midnight, also singing his songs? And so I dug deeper, and then I saw what he had done. And I saw immediately when I saw him up there with his laptop and a desk and a chair showing old YouTube videos, I got chills, because what he was doing. And now think about this. Not everyone could even understand what he was doing when he was just being himself. What he was doing was trying to catch a vibe with everyone in Coachella. He was showing us a rare glimpse of who he is, what he does most likely when he's in the stew, just scrolling on YouTube, vibing out to, yes, his old videos, but most likely, I'm sure, vibing out on other artists, is gaining inspiration, and then creating the music, the very music that he puts out for the world. He was showing everybody, or trying to catch that vibe with everybody, and he was doing it on stage in front of 1,000 people live. And so many people missed that opportunity. My goodness. Talk about being yourself. Talk about being Justin Bieber, who is just loved. But then even at that level, being judged by, who is he being judged by? In my opinion, it's real. The ones who couldn't see what he was doing, which was just being his genuine self. And the ones who are, I'm going to say it, possibly, more than likely, not being themselves. So of course, these people missed the mark. They totally missed it. They missed the wave that he was trying to catch with them. But the beautiful part is, those who are being themselves are the ones who are able to see the vibe that he was doing, which was vulnerability, which was putting out his art raw, being genuine. He was trying to connect in an intimate, vulnerable moment. And only those who were meant to connect with it connected with it. The others that couldn't see it were the ones that took to social media and critiqued it so harshly. They were looking for Vegas shows, super high performances, lights, 100 dancers, flashy clothes. But we see that all the time. You want to see that? Go and watch his music videos. You want to see that? I mean, go see him in concert someplace else. Coachella, he was doing what I thought was far more powerful than any performance. He was vibing. And only those who were meant to catch the wave caught it. Man, I wish I would have saw it. So I also thought in that moment, I thought it was just a nod from God, honestly, personally, in my own spirit, because here I was, awkward in the moment on stage at midnight, singing a tribute, trying to Justin, to the great Justin, all while he was also, performing, vibing around midnight also, and was critiqued harshly by, in my opinion, the ones who haven't healed. It was just a nod from God to say, keep putting your authentic expression out there. People are going to judge the greats like Justin. Of course, they're going to judge us. Be like the great like Justin. Just be yourself. Just be yourself, and the ones who are meant to vibe out with you will find you, and they will get you. Thank you so much for joining this convo. Until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again real soon. Bye for now.